Okay, in this video we are going to talk about quantum computing. What does it mean? How does it work? First of all, happy, what is Radha Krishna? Happy Janmashtami. Today's Janmashtami festival. We are celebrating. As a Hindu, we celebrate Janmashtami every year. It's an occasion which usually in August or September month. It depends on the various reason when the date will fall, when the date will come. It's not. It's decided by our sadhus or gurus to when the particular festival will be celebrated as per Hindu calendar. Okay, so it's today Janmashtami. Wish you very happy Janmashtami to all. I'm keeping a fast around Janmashtami. Not keeping a fast. What should be like? Having a fast for Janmashtami. I don't know. We'll locate it. We'll see it. How can be other word or other phrases can be used in place of this. So let's move to our topic. Today's topic is quantum computing. What does it mean? Quantum computing is a revolutionary approach to computation that leverages the principle of quantum mechanics to perform certain type of calculation much faster than classical computer. While classical computer use bits to represent information as either or 0, one quantum computer use quantum bits or qubits which can exist in multiple states simultaneously thanks to property known as superposition. This property allows quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel, potentially solving complex problem that would be infeasible for classical or compute. That's it. Now we get to know about the quantum computer. Quantum computer is a revolutionary approach to computation that leverages the principle of quantum mechanics to perform certain type of calculation much faster than classical computer. How it is possible to perform certain calculation than the classical computer? All that we can say into that how it is different. What the difference between the classical computer and the quantum computer? All that we can see is computer is a revolutionary approach to computation that leverage the principle of quantum mechanics to perform certain it's work on the principle of the quantum mechanics to perform certain type of calculation much faster than classical computer. Okay, while classical computer use bits to represent information as either or 0 1, it's they do in order to represent data in the disk or RAM, or what does it mean, or either the principal unit of the computer. They use 0 and 1 to represent data in there. Quantum computer use quantum bits. What is it? Quantum bits or qubits, which can exist in multiple states simultaneously thanks to the property known as superposition. All this we are going to understand. What does it mean? What qubits? What does it qubits mean? As a classical computer use 0 and 1 to represent the data in the disk. As a quantum computer use quantum bits or qubits to represent data in this, which can be exist multiple states simultaneously thanks to the property known as superposition. What is superposition? We are going to study about that also. This property will allow the quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel and potentially solving complex problem that would be infeasible for classical computer. Okay, this property allows quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel, potentially solving complex problem that would be infeasible for classical computer. That's our until now we had got to understand that classical computer use qubits instead of zeros 1 to represent data in disk. That's one point. Exist multiple states simultaneously thanks to the property known as superposition. Okay, the data represent simultaneously in multiple properties. Thus position is known as superposition. This property allows quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel. This property allow quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel, potentially solving complex problems that would be infeasible for classical computer. That's why it's really important. It's really what complex to solve by classical computer. Then it's really hard while classical to solve them. This property allow quantum computer to process vast amount of information in parallel, potentially solving complex problem that will be infeasible for classical computer. That's it. Now move to the slides where we have to discuss about different things. Okay. Around 5 minutes is completed this video. Here are the some key concepts of the feature of quantum computing. All the feature of going to study is superposition. As I mentioned, as I earlier told you that we are going to study each and every point, each and every concept that we have not study covered, like qubits. What does it mean? Qubit superposition. How it's faster and that as compared to the classical computer. All this approach we are going to study. Superposition, as mentioned, qubits can exist in multiple states simultaneously. As mentioned, qubit can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This means a quantum computer can perform many calculations in parallel, significantly speeding up certain type of problem. As mentioned, qubit can exist in multiple states simultaneously. Qubits can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This means that a quantum computer can perform many calculation in parallel. This means that a quantum computer can perform many calculation in parallel, significantly speeding up the certain type of problem. How does it if the data is stored in parallel, found that how it is possible to solve the calculation calculation in parallel, significantly speeding the certain type of problem. How it is possible to solve certain problem in faster way if the data is stored in parallel ways. Entanglement, qubits can become entangled, which means that a state of one qubit is dependent on the state of the another. Qubit can be entangled, which means the state of qubit is dependent on the state of the another. Even if any physical separate, this property can be harnessed to perform complex calculation in quantum error correction. Qubit can be beyond entangled, which means that the state of qubit can be dependent on the state of another. Oh, it's similar to the classical computer where zeros one. If we try to represent that 0 7 in our way, then I think that code also didn't work. It's a global function of if we want to run a program, which means that the state of qubits depend on the state of the another. If the parallel is separated, this property can be harnessed to perform complex calculation and quantum error correction. Quantum gates. Quantum computer are uses gates to manipulate qubits. These gates are analog to classical logical gate and or not, but they operate or qubits in superposition. Common quantum gates include Hadamard gate, C naught gate, and T gate. Quantum algorithm. Several quantum algorithm has been developed to solve specific problem more efficiently than classical algorithm. Notable example include Shor algorithm to integer factorization, which threaten classical encryption, and Grover algorithm for unstructured research. Quantum supremacy. This term is referred to the point at which the quantum computer can perform a task that is practically impossible for the most advanced classical computer to complete within a responsible time frame. Quantum supremacy. This term refers to the point at which the quantum computer can perform a task that is practically impossible for the most advanced classical computer to complete with a reasonable time frame. In 2019, Google claimed to achieve a quantum supremacy by demonstrating a quantum computer solving a specific problem faster than the best classical computer supercomputer. Quantum error correction. Quantum computer can be inherently error prone due to the all factor like decoherence and noise. Quantum error correction codes are used to protect against their error and maintain the integrity of the quantum computation application. Quantum computing has a potential revolutionized field including cryptocurrency, material science, optimization, drug discovery, and artificial intelligence. It could be significantly impact industry and solve problems that we have previously unsolvable and took an impractical amount of time on classical computer. Okay, as we said that there are 7 points have discussed in the video. Quantum error correction, we have discussed about the what is quantum error correction application, quantum supremacy, quantum algorithm, quantum gates, entanglement, superposition. All the 7 has been completed as their core concept of quantum computing. Superposition as the entanglement qubits, superposition, that is, and this means the quantum computer can perform any calculation in parallel, speeding up. Okay, it can be used to if you use to store qubits in simultaneous in parallel way, that it help out to calculate many problems simultaneously. That means Where classical computer used to solve one problem, a quantum computer can perform multiple tasks at one time. Entanglement that qubit or a state of qubit depend on the state of another, even in the physical separate. The property can be harnessed to perform complex calculation. Quantum computer can be used to quantum gate to perform orbit. Quantum algorithm, quantum supremacy, quantum error correction application that we already read about. Now match to the that's an interesting part. Now we are going to read about explain this as a 5-year-old. Now we are going to explain the things quite as a if you have don't understand from previous two slide. Now I am going to explain it like this, like you are in a 5-year-old child. Sure, imagine you have a special magic toy called quantum toys. Okay, we have imagined we have a special toys that we have given. These toys are like your regular toy because they can be two places at once, like having one toy in your left hand. I already stored that it in my 11, and the same toy in the right hand at the same time. That's called superposition. What is that? Imagine you have a special magical toy called quantum toys. I have those toys are likely these toys are not like your regular toy because they can be in two places at once. Bhoot kabe. Two places at once, like having one toy in your left hand same time as the right. Like they are it can be in the form of pointer. Pointer is like same copying, same data can be stored at the same place simultaneously. It can be that way. Same toy in the right hand side and the right same time. That called the superposition. Now imagine you have a two magical friend that have always do the same thing together, no matter how far apart they are. If one jump, the another friend jump at the same time. Even they have a different room, that called entanglement. To play your quantum toy, you have a special magic well button on them called quantum button. When you press these button, your toys can do amazing tricks like disappear or reappear or change color very quickly. These buttons are like quantum gates. Let me read out again. To play with the quantum toys, you have a special magical button on the quantum buttons. When you press these button, your toys can do amazing things like disappear or reappear or change color very quickly. These buttons are like a quantum gate. Some of your toys have superpower. They can help you solve really tricky puzzle faster than your regular toys. These puzzles are so hard that even the smarter grown-up toys need to be long time to solve them. But your special toy can solve them in a really fast. That because of the something called quantum algorithm. But remember, you have a special toys have a bit delegate. Sometimes they have a mistake because they are not so tiny and jumpy. To fix this mistake, you need to special magic called quantum error correction. Okay, it's try to explain us that we have studied in the previous slide as a professional way or a professional definition, but it's in a simple definition that can be understood by even a 5-year-old. That has been written as a title in already. So next is people are still learning how to use this special toy better than they hope to be one day. They can use them to do like finding secret code, making super strong material, finding new medicine, and teaching computer to even smarter. So computer are like magical toy for grown up, and they try to figure out all the things they can do with them. Okay. Now there are some 10 questions around quantum computer where we should study about them. What is qubit in quantum computer? A qubit is basic unit of information. Quantum computer is like a super powered version of regular computer bit. What does it mean of qubit in superposition? Superposition means a qubit can be a multiple state at the same time, like having 0 to 1 simultaneously. What is entanglement in quantum computing? Entanglement is when qubit become connected to a special way to so that the one qubit depend on the other state. They are far apart. If they are far apart, what is a computer gate and quantum computing? Quantum gates are like a button that change the state of qubit, allowing computer to perform calculation and solve problem. Can you make the famous quantum algorithm what used to for? What is quantum supremacy? Why do quantum computer need a quantum error correction? Name one field that benefit of a lot from quantum computing. Are a computer are common and regular computer? What is one thing scientists and engineers are still trying to figure out about the quantum computer? They are still working on building more stable and powerful quantum computer and finding more practical to use them in your everyday life. Yeah, if it not can be used in everyday life, then what's the purpose? Then organizers only, like big organization in country only use them for their purpose. But if they provide them in everyday life to users or public, then it I think it's more useful than just organize and use. Then productivity increase in smaller part than it so on the bigger level. But if the productive increase on bigger level, it take time to so on a ground level. That's it. We'll see you next time.